if you don't give yourself enough time to renew, then you'll be however the world is treating you. You need enough time to renew. So that the world, the people in it, won't affect you. If you have a safe and secure place, if you are around security, then you won't need that from the world. You won't need that from others. The world is a corrupt place, but it's filled with also goodness. What are the chances what percentage of the goodness who knows? But this corrupt system is filled with goodness. You may be that goodness. But the system is corrupt. If you are the goodness in the system, and you choose not to be corrupt, then the only way to make it and to come out of it is to be able to renew. Come back to a place a quiet place and allow your mind to think. Allow your heart to feel. Allow yourself to be. You have to give yourself time to renew. If not, The system will corrupt you. It just wants to work you. So you find that when you look around, everyone's low. Everyone is down. Everyone is negative, evil. Everyone is selfish and greedy. There's envy. And you find that will this person take time to renew? Because you wouldn't want to go another 20 years. In this way. You find that these people still show up. But they're not right. They're still working, but they're negative. And you may come with a renewed spirit because you've taken time to renew. A time in a quiet place to think, to feel. That's where you can't control anyone but yourself. I can't control anyone. I can't control that person that's negative. I can't control that person that doesn't choose to renew themselves, but they keep showing up. They keep working. You keep having to be among them. You might even have to work with them. Because work is life, is it not? Outside of work, you don't have to be among anyone. Literally, you can go home alone, in your bed, alone. The only time that you have to be among someone is if you're working with them. And work is life, so a whole lifetime among people that are negative, people that don't choose to renew themselves, but you do. Isn't that part of the hardship of life, of this sort of existence in planet Earth? I can't control that, but I have control, right? But I can't control another person. You're among evil. You're not in a world where it's just harmony. You're around your own people, your own spiritual people. This sort of people, evil, are in all places, everywhere in the world, scattered. Because they're allowed to be here. They are not discriminated against. They can have an ugly spirit and still get the job. They can have an ugly spirit and still get married. They can have an ugly spirit and still have kids. They can have an ugly spirit and have a degree. They can have an ugly spirit and be a nurse, a doctor, a priest, a lawyer, a policeman. They can have an ugly spirit and still be reading to your children. Because they're allowed to be here. That sort of spirit. Those sort of people. Isn't that the hardship of this existence? That we're not in a world of our dreams. The world that we dream, where we're the center of it, because it's what we create, what we desire, what our dreams are. Each and every one of us uniquely has our own, rightfully so. But in each and every one of ours, we know that we have the control. Our heart controls it. Our desires. Who would desire these sort of people? Who would allow this in their world, in their dreams, in their heart, in their mind? So they program it repetitively. They start when we're children, because no one in their right mind would choose to welcome such a spirit into their lives. No one would actually choose to work among them. So they took away our rights. They took away our rights. Even if you think that you'll be your own boss. The world is flooded with these evil entities. It seems to be that they have taken over. This is their world. This is their time to rise. So you have to take the time to renew yourself. You have to do what you have to do while you're among them. It's called endurance. That's what you have to do. You have to endure. You can't harmonize with these people. You just have to endure it. Because it's temporary, and because it's not our home, and because they only have but so much time, that we have to just endure it. Endure it for the time being. But I can still make a fuss about it. I can still acknowledge it. And that's what I'm doing. However long we have to wait. However long I have to endure it. Doesn't change what I'll have, how I feel about it, and what I'll have to say after each day. Knowing and seeing what's among me. And I can move upstate, try to find the furthest house on a mountain to distance myself. But it still exists. It's an existence of this world. And if I am one to speak for the world, as far as I may go, it would never change the truth. So acknowledgement is a big part of your will as a person, your fulfillment. To feel something that I'm actually doing something. I'm not just enduring it. They'll say to you, don't let it affect you, even though it affects you. But they're only saying what they're supposed to say. Because we want to get to a place where it doesn't affect us. We want to get to a place of understanding what they do and why they do it, so that it won't affect us. That it may not be you, but them, something about who they are. It's part of the hardship, having people throw their burdens on you, having to carry other people's burdens, having to sacrifice, having to continue what they never finished. Isn't that part of the hardship of this existence? That you wake up every day and you have a chance. a chance at life. But you open your eyes and you find that the system is corrupt, and you're in that system. But you wake up and you find that you have another chance at life, but you can't quite live life because the life that you're in, people have made a system, a corrupt one. You wake up every day and you would assume that it's a new one. Within that world, within that new day, everything's the same. The system is still running. We're still working. And evil is progressing. But I wake up every day with a new start. Isn't that part of the hardship of this existence? What am I supposed to do? That's what it's telling me. Every day I wake up with a new chance at life. I have to say something. That's me doing something. You know, I don't have to literally go into their places and turn off their devices. No, what I can do is not support them because that's how they get their power, support. What should I be doing? That's the question. Every day I wake up, besides being in the system, besides working in it, besides the system still running, what am I supposed to do besides that? What can I do besides what I have to do? Here's the thing. If everyone was really awake, then everyone would be talking about it. And if everyone was talking about it, then everyone would be doing something about it. And you would think that everyone would know about this and have an issue with it. So there'd be no issue with us not supporting, say, a person or a company, a place or a thing. All of us. It'd be that easy. It'd be that quick. And it would be a domino effect. That company has sunken, that place has sunken, that person has sunken. It would be a domino effect. But something doesn't seem right. Something isn't right. Something's not adding up. Are we not coming together? That's all that it takes is for us to all come together. But everyone has a platform. Everyone has some sort of content that they're putting out. Something's not adding up. We have to focus on one person, one place, one thing at a time. All of us. If there's a certain company, whatever that company is called, but I'm sure if it's the first one we're going after, then it's necessary. We focus on that one company, that one person, and we shut them down. What do? We don't support them. We don't go to them. We don't bust out any windows. We don't do any sort of destruction. Not physically. Spiritually. It doesn't take spells and all of this. No. It takes for us to stop supporting. Whether that be you work for them, stop working. Find another job or something, but we all are working together. They'll have no choice but to shut down because they'll have no workers. If anything, let their founding fathers, their founding families work in those places and see how long it runs. If so, rightfully so. Let them work for themselves. Let them actually work for their own company instead of just walking around firing people or critiquing. Let them actually work. The way that some of us are in these factories and we're making these boxes and we're filling them with whatever we're filling them with and then we're shipping them off. How about they come and do the work? This is their work. And if we're not supporting them or what they're doing or what they do for us, if they're not even supporting us, if you find that what you're making is being shipped cross country, but your people in your country is suffering, something's not adding up. That's the first thing they're going to say. Okay, we will no longer be shipping these things out of country. Our first priority will be you, America, our people. But that's not good enough, because it's not sincere. It was never sincere. Sincere meant you always looked after us. Sincere meant we were always the priority. Sincere meant there would have never been any suffering of our own people if we could help it. And clearly, we're in a company where they have all these things to offer, but they're shipping it the opposite direction. So good is not good enough. We won't support you. We won't support your corporation. Work for yourself. If you want to continue shipping these things to whoever you want to ship them to, because that is your rights, then you do it. But it doesn't make sense for me and my crew to ship things when we're in need. I'm sure that would cut down on people stealing, people in need. We no longer support that company. We no longer work for them, and all of us walk out. And no one enters. It is now abandoned. That's one. Let's keep going. Who's next? No one's safe. The way that they have tried to put fear into our hearts, into our minds, The way that they've strategized a way to make us believe that they have the power and we're helpless. We need them. We need to work for them. We need our money. They're the ones that are providers. They've made us believe that. That is the only way for us to be successful is if we work for them. Is if they're teaching us. But we could teach ourselves. Are we not our own healers? Is not our own bodies teaching us? What's already inside of us? We all are leaders. We're all capable. Why are we allowing some other person to lead us and think that's the only way? That the only way I'll be successful is if I stay employed. But you never had to work for any of these people. Your work meant respecting each other, respecting Mother Earth. She will give to you. Just choose good. Choose sense. Choose peace instead of chaos, instead of envy, instead of fighting. Choose to do the work on your own than to have others do it for you. But we all have to work together. Yeah, I'm one of the voices in the darkness. But do you see how if I walk away, that company will still be vibrant from the surface? Because they still have thousands of employees. I'm just one. I'm just one out of thousands. Their company is still operating. Do you understand? That's how much power you have to remind you what you already know. It's like, for example, someone talking about or exposing McDonald's, how their food is fake. Right. No one's saying it ain't good, but it's fake. Do you know how many McDonald's they have around the world? Do you know how long McDonald's has been running? This is a generational thing. That family is beyond rich. Think about it. It's just being passed down, that generational wealth, that legacy. Besides that, do you know what it only takes for you to boycott it? All McDonald's? And you will start seeing them disappear. What's next? All the fast food chains. You stop supporting them as a whole. Of course, you see, there will always be those few people that will still, you'll find them still in the drive-through. When they could have just brought in potatoes and cut them up in little rectangles to look like French fries. Sprinkled a little bit of whatever herb on them, whatever your liking is. and they would taste just as great. You gotta get it together, but that's all it takes. Who's next? This fast food chain, this fast food chain. They all disintegrate because we stop supporting them, no longer work for them, no longer eat and take from these places. That's it. The world would change like that. End of a lot of generational curses, a lot of sickness and disease. We would have been really doing something for the next generations. They would have literally seen a better promised land. They would have seen something different. But I'm just one out of trillions, you know? However many people in the world, I'm just one. And that's unfortunately, physically, in a physical way, it won't change anything. It won't change anything. Just like if I am just one standing up, they can just arrest me. They will be comfortable arresting me and doing whatever else they choose after that. Unless we all fight together. You fight for me. We all stand for the same cause. But I can't make someone do that. I can't control that. Isn't that part of the hardship of this existence? That now all you can do is what you can do for yourself and worry about yourself. But that never was the motto. That never was the motto. Not as a whole. Yeah, I do what I have to do to take care of my body. I have to do that for myself. But I'm in a world among people and among places where now we have to work together. I can't just mind my business. We all have to communicate as a community to help the world and change it. That doesn't call for keeping to oneself and worrying about yourself. There's a call for that. I see in me so much the spirit of the ones before me. Some that were publicized, some that weren't. I wouldn't be considered publicized. But the spirit of them that spoke of freedom and how we all need to come together. That's all it would take. They couldn't prison all of us. It's a peaceful protest. We're just not supporting you no more. They shouldn't hate you for that. You have the rights to no longer work for a company, right? They say give your 2 weeks notice, and you don't even have to do that. That's just courtesy. But that's all you're doing. No longer working for this corporation. No longer supporting these corporations. It's not about only for a time, it's for a change, for a permanent change. They'll say, okay, unsincerely, they'll say, okay, we'll change this. Okay, we will start supporting black owners. No, no. Why would you want to support a company like that that never truly respected you? Never truly valued you and seen you to be something valuable and what you can offer. If they're not offering what you have or what you've done or what you created in their corporations, but because you boycott for a few weeks and they're maybe seeing sales go down, they'll announce to you that, well, we made a decision to now support you, support what you're asking. It's whatever the people want, we give them. Well, how about we want you to go out of business? How about that? How about we just want this corporation to fall? Because the more that this corporation lives, the more that they strive, it takes away from nature. Maybe you get your food from these places. Products, just products. It takes away from the time that you could have been realizing, remembering that our food is grown outside, not in corporations. So how about you take your unsincere spirit and your company that will be run down in the ground, because we don't want you, nor do we need anything that you're creating, because it's not natural. Anything that isn't natural, we no longer support. It's one of those things. And you will find that 99% of all that you see outside of nature is fake, is no good, is supplying unnatural things. But we all have to work together. And I'll